Hi and welcome back to my channel, Juleps Garden. So I wanted to share a project with you guys I did this past fall for a very good friend of mine. She asked me to help her put in a hedge of hydrangeas around the back of her deck and also to put in 2 kitchen garden boxes. So we designed them ourselves, we got somebody to do the actual work of making the boxes, and it was a really fun project. So I'm going to be sharing what we did in the fall. We did go ahead and plant some winter veggies, but coming in the spring, we plan to do a lot more. So I will definitely bring you guys along for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and share what we've done in case you guys want some inspirations or some ideas for your own home. Okay guys, I'm here at Lowe's. I'm gonna show you what I was able to find. They didn't have that much, but it was freezing out there, so we came in here so I can show you. So this is what I got. So this one is the, let's see, it's a 6-pack of the cabbage. So we're gonna try to grow some cabbage. And then we have another 6-pack of broccoli. So we'll see how that goes. And then I got some, she loves the color white, so we got some white pansies. These are gonna be edible. And then I got these little violas too, which are edible also with white, just a touch of purple, in case she wants to add to like charcuterie boards or any kind of little decoration. So now I'm here with the seeds, and I'm looking for seeds like cold tolerant things like lettuce. I heard romaine, I've heard is not the greatest for cold climates. So let's see what we get. I get some rocket salad or arugula. We're gonna get this black seeded Simpson lettuce. We're gonna try this just lettuce blend. We're gonna try this one, Grand Rapids. I'm gonna do some Swiss chard also. Okay guys, so I just arrived here to the house where we're doing this little project. All the hydrangeas have arrived from Home Depot. I got a text message that we're here, so I'm running over to get them unboxed and get them some water, get them set up. Okay, look at these beds. This is the first time I see them all done. We had somebody else work on building them. We gave them the dimensions, exactly how we wanted them, how long, how big, the spacing between everything, the gravel, and they came out wonderful. They look so pretty. They are 6x3 beds, and they have about a foot around, and they are 18 inches deep. And they got filled with 50-50 compost and topsoil. They are so beautiful. I'm so happy with how they came out. Okay, and we ordered these from Home Depot. So we got 2 for about 80 bucks. And they are 3-gallon size. This is the way they were shipped. It's from Perfect Plants. I'm gonna open them up and get them ready. Okay, I just took these out. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I'll record it again. I have another 3 to go. But they look really nice and healthy. They're actually still blooming. And look how well they're packaged. Let's cut this open. So they are zip tied. I'm gonna try to cut this with one hand. See if I can hold this and cut. I'll be right back. Okay, just got it off. Oh wow, it's even got some paper in here. It's got these stakes. I'm gonna take these out. You can, I guess that helped them stay up in the box. It looks pretty good. It doesn't seem like the soil fell out that much. They feel nice and moist, so they're not dried out. Let's see what's down here. Are they all in? There is soil down here. It's nice and moist, but I'm going to give them a good drink. And let's take out the rest of these. This is what it looks like. I just opened this. This is how they're nice packed. It does have a side pointing up. And it has little air vents. They look really nice. We had some really cold weather, but they're not even wilting. They look really good. So I wanted to show you guys, this is how we plan to plant them. It's going to be on the hedge in the back of the deck. So I kind of spaced them out. We're going to do 3 here, 1 on that side, and the remaining ones on this side. So it's going to be this really pretty hedge around the deck. But it's been chilly here, and these plants are probably coming from a greenhouse or an area that's not that cold. So this is the little paper that came with it. And it says, immediately upon the arrival of your new plants, remove all plants from the shipping box, cut the zip ties, remove the bag, paper soil guard, and bamboo stake. Thoroughly water each plant. Although your plant can survive up to 2 weeks with proper care in its pot it's shipped in, we highly recommend planting it in its permanent location as quickly as possible. So we should get them in the ground this weekend, and some instructions on how to do that. But since we are having some really cold nights, and I think they just came from Florida, I'm going to put them up against the house and even put the cardboard around them. Maybe tomorrow I'll come by and take the cardboard off, but I don't want them to get a shock. Okay, these are the remaining 4. They look really nice and healthy. I'm going to give them a good water. Okay, so we set them up here close to the house, all huddled together. So they're gonna have some extra protection in these super cold nights we're having. And this was on another day I came back to do all the planting of the flowers and veggies we had bought. So I put the pansies and violas all around the outer edge, and I put the veggies in the center. All I did was add some biotone into the little planting holes and tuck them in. Okay, so my phone got too hot. The sun is definitely intense, so it didn't want to keep recording, but I just finished up by putting the kale in the center. There's 1 broccoli on each side of the kale, and on the ends is a cabbage. So a cabbage there, 2 broccolis, 2 cabbages, surrounded by the pansies and violas. And the plan is I'm going to do a little strip of Swiss chard in the front and the back of that kale, and then lettuce and spinach to fill in the rest of the bed. And we're going to start those by seed. So it looks really nice. we'll be back tomorrow. Okay guys, it's been 2 days since we planted up the beds. I'm going to show you how they're doing. It does get a lot of sun, so they're a little dry, but we're going to water them. The hydrangeas look great. We're going to see how much we can get done today. Julep, come on. I brought a little partner today. Okay, so next I started on the garden bed. I'm using a half moon edger tool that I got from Home Depot, and it worked really well. This was the first time I was using it. The hardest part was initially getting it the first cut into the grass, but after that it moved along pretty quickly. Okay, it's a little hard to see with the shadows, but I try to do my line as straight as I can, come to a square edge, and I'll come back and clean this line to be super straight later, but we're gonna go ahead and start trying to dig our holes for the hydrangeas. So it should turn into a beautiful hedge, big old hedge. Told her how big they're gonna get. She said she didn't mind, so they'll definitely get taller than the edge of her deck. But I think that'll be a really nice kind of like surrounding hedge of hydrangeas while you sit up there. Would be really nice. So I'm gonna see if I can get started on planting one. Okay guys, so it's the next day. I was trying to record as I was planting the first two, but my phone didn't record. But I'll show you how I do the rest. So we got 2 in the ground yesterday. We're back today. We're gonna try to finish up this bed. So here is the 2 that we got in the ground, and we're gonna work on the rest of them. We have another 6 to go, and then hopefully get these beds mulched and the edge nice and tight. Today I brought my other dog. They're taking turns coming with me, so he's exploring a little bit, but this is what the veggies are looking like. They're looking really nice and healthy. They're loving all the sun that she has here. And I gave them a good water yesterday before I left. And if you can see here, I left the plant slightly above soil level just to make sure drainage, and also because we're still going to add mulch on top of this, so I want the base of the plant to be a little bit higher. So you're going to see what I do by what I was doing. I had this cardboard. As I'm removing the soil from the hole, I put the soil on top of the cardboard just so I could separate what was roots and what was good soil, and then I would mix in a little bit of my compost and my biotone. Okay, so we got this edge done on this side, and we connect it to the front here. So we're gonna go ahead and start planting. Okay, we got most of them planted. We have one more left. They're all looking good in their new home. We're just gonna do this last one. Okay, I got all the paper down and I just watered it. Even though with all the sun it's drying out, I have to go buy the mulch. It's about 2:30. Okay guys, so we're gonna set up the drip irrigation. This is the items I ordered from Lowe's. So we have, this one is actually from Amazon. It's a 2-zone timer. We have the poly tubing, and then we have the emitter tubing. So this has little holes every 9 inches. And then we have all the little connections, the elbows. Yep, it's all just connecting. This little pack I really like from Home Depot. It comes with a 2-way splitter, and then it has like the compression and the backflow things that you need to set up the irrigation. So we're gonna work and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so we're gonna start by connecting our hose 2-way splitter. On one side, we're gonna connect the timer, and on the other side, we're gonna leave it for our hose, just for whatever we need on a daily basis. Okay, so you can see there's 2 zones. So this little set, the set normally comes like this. So we're gonna do the thicker part first, then this part, and then this part. This is how it's gonna get installed. Shadow, but here you can see the 2-way splitters allowing us to connect our hose to one side, and then we have the timer on the other. Okay, and then next I'm grabbing my 1/2-inch poly tubing, and I'm going to bring it around the back of the beds, and I'm simply going to insert it and connect it into one of my zones. Okay, so we have connected our hose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this T so it can go straight up, down, and into the bed. So I'm gonna basically just cut it with some scissors right around where I want it here, and then we'll install this, connect it, and it has to come up also. Okay, so I made a cut. I installed it going this way and then installed it going there. So now our line runs up into our bed, and I'm gonna make some cuts and add elbows so it's a smooth square into the bed. Let me get in the shade, but let me show you what I did here. So I made all with elbows. I made this piece, And then I'm going to simply connect it here. This is where it's coming up. I'm going to connect this piece like that. And then this will sit like this and stream into the bed. Okay, so then this is what we end up with. Kind of just did a little edge here. And it's gonna run this way and can exit the bed that way. So we're gonna continue on to the other one right here. We're just gonna put one elbow coming up, and that'll be the end of this line. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add the actual drip line. This one has emitters every 9 inches. And so this is the main tubing coming in. I'm still gonna stake it down so it looks nice and neat, but since I'm gonna be moving and installing this, I'm gonna leave it for now. And this is what we're gonna use, 1/4 inch barb connector. And this is gonna go directly into the tubing. And then a 1/4 inch barb elbow. And so these are gonna make for, you see here they are, the little elbows. So we can make corners. This is the piece we're gonna do to make little holes here. So I'm gonna just add 4 drip lines. So we'll do 1 here, and then once I make the hole, I can install this piece. Okay, so if you can see here, I went ahead and did these little holes with this, inserted my little plug, and then I was able to connect my emitter tubing. And see if I can show you, I just put a little plug at the end and I held it down with a staple. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do 4 rows. Okay, so we have all 4 lines ran. At the end, we just put little goof plugs, which is an end to a plug. And this side is done. And I need a break because pushing those little plugs in takes a toll on your fingers. So I'm gonna keep working on the line that's gonna run this way. And we'll be back to finish the second box. Okay, so we have the second zone coming from there. I did some elbows here, and now this, starting from this section, all this is gonna get buried. And then we come around to the beds, and I'll bury this in the mulch, but we still have to connect the emitters to each hydrangea. And over on this side, I did more elbows. Elbow here, gonna bury this section. Same thing, elbow, elbow, all that's gonna be under the mulch. Another elbow here. All this will get buried. And then this is the end, and this is what I did to the end. And we'll stake it down, of course. So this is the arch. It's beautiful. We put it over in this bed temporarily until springtime comes, because this is gonna be covered. We're gonna put covers for winter, but the arch will be going in the center as a trellis. It's back out here, so it's gonna look really pretty. That over here. So for now, we have all this drip. I tested it, it's all working. The timer works great. I can do both zones. I'm gonna put in some seeds real quick, some lettuce, some Swiss chard, spinach, and kind of get these started. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I didn't get any footage, but we did bury the drip irrigation. We also got some covers from Amazon to cover her garden boxes during winter. I have the same ones on my boxes, so if you want to check out what those are, you can check out my previous video. They were about $30 from Amazon, and they've been great. I really recommend them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.